because after 45 minutes, Southampton were 1-0 up through Will Smallball, and then we're all thinking, oops. And then Mo does what Mo does. Liverpool do what they do. Arne Slot does what Arne Slot does, by the way, and that's make changes that affect games. And Liverpool end up 3-1 winners.
Yeah, a funny game, Rob, I thought. A few changes. Darwin Nunez gets to start up front. Maybe I expected more changes, given what they've got coming up. I think it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Instead of Robinson.
Yeah, but not McAllister started from the bench, came on, looked $1 million when he came on. So I thought there'd be a few more changes. It was a little flat at times. I think we know that Mo Salah is good at penalties. That's one of the stories that comes out of this. His penalties are so blooming good, so good. I thought Ryan Gravenberch was also really strong early on. You always expect in a game like this with Southampton. We've been watching Southampton all season. We know how brittle they are defensively. Same category as me for Leicester City in terms of their defence. And I did notice early on, Rob, and we've just finished about Man City and stuff, but I put a social media post out there. I looked at Liverpool in the first 10, 15 minutes and the way that they regained the ball. Yeah. And it wasn't a brilliant, scintillating first half from Liverpool, but there was moments, particularly in the first 15, 20 minutes, when they give the ball away and they swarm all over it. Yeah, and I watched Man City on tape. I watched the game again. And it's like, after watching Liverpool, I was like, well, that's what City used to do. And all the problems that City have not been as good, they could do a lot worse than just remembering how they used to win the ball back again. And that press, the counter press when they give it away, and then Liverpool are doing a great job of that. It's almost like they've kept that part of the Jurgen Klopp Liverpool, and that was noticeable for me. Just referencing back to watching earlier in the day, watching Manchester City struggle in that game. So Liverpool still have that. They make the changes. They've got all the players that come off the bench. You're right. The players on the bench know something special is happening. Whether it's Harvey Elliott, or whoever. Nunez is enjoying his moment in the team right now. And they kind of, I always watch at the end as well, Rob, in terms of when they're in the lead. Do they coast? Are they resting? So really, really, really strong from them in trying to win the game at the end as well.
Yeah, and I thought we made a really entry push. Listening to on the slot, who was up in the stand, obviously went down. Said he needed to make the changes. He wanted to change the energy a bit. And he said something interesting, Rob, that I thought he said, I knew having made the 3 changes, the other 8 would react to those changes and realise that one of them, it could have been one of them, or one of them could come off. And he said, we were a whole different energy in the second half. And I thought, never really thought about it that way or heard it put that way. But I thought it was an interesting take that actually by making the changes that he did, it bucks everybody else up and I was like, oh, God, he's in one of those moods, we better get at it. And they did get at it and they looked better and, they had the chances. And, Salah from 12 yards doesn't look like it. He doesn't look like he's going to miss from 120 yards, so never mind 12 yards. And 27 goals, Rob. 17. It's an incredible return. And as we did the lowdown today, and I was saying to Rebecca Lowe, if he signed a 3-year deal, it's a big if. If he signed he's on 184 goals now, and Alan Shearer's on 260. Has he got a chance? Has he got? He's got to get somewhere late 20s, late 20s. He's got to have a season like this for 3 more years.
Difficult, Rob, isn't it? I mean, that would be insane. He's got to be right I can't see it.
He's got to be right at it for the whole period. If he has any kind of dip or injury, he can't get it done. But got a good chance of taking Harry Kane if he signed a contract. I think Harry Kane.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't one of his best games, was it, Rob?
No, it wasn't. No.
He has those, but he always seems to find a way to influence it. And of course, he'll take the penalties. As soon as the penalty, he's licking his lips. He's going and grabbing the ball and putting it on the spot and sticking it away. So it just wasn't one of his. No. I had a few kind of quick feet moments. I mean, to be fair, Southampton bunkered in a little bit as we expect them to do that. Yeah. They're kind of hanging on from the first minute, really. Yeah. And the way that they play. And you go to Anfield, my goodness. Remember the times you used to go to Anfield? It was like such a difficult, emotional. Great. You didn't. Nah. I never went there, and it wasn't like a good atmosphere that helped the team. Yeah, there's other big clubs we went to that was, and we won. Yeah, but none of the times I went to Anfield, we beat them in a 2-legged a big game in a League Cup quarterfinal, semi-final. We beat them over 2 legs, and that was like. I remember we were absolutely exhausted just trying to keep up with
pitch
the
used to
player
be
there.
quick
But
there, didn't it? I always remember Anfield used to be, well, cut it really low and it slipped around. And whenever you got it, you were under pressure. But yeah, it was. But they're using that to their advantage and look like now, they stride forward to looking like what's going to be their second title in the Premier League. Just quickly on that shout, Rob. I don't know if you saw the Andy Cole, the great Manchester United goal scorer, joined us this weekend. They had an event this week in New York. And it was really interesting, Rob, when we asked Andy Cole about his record of goals. He's up there, with the very best. But he took no penalties. And he said he didn't want to take penalties because he only sees open goals from open play as the centre-forward's goals. He says, no centre-forward. If you have a free kick from 12 yards out on your own, that shouldn't count as a striker's goal. And he was almost saying he's proud of what he does rather than if he'd have taken... Because if he'd have taken... He's at Manchester United, Newcastle, Blackburn, Fulham. I mean, if he'd have taken 20, 30, 40 penalties, Rob, he'd have been way up there. He'd been right behind Shearer.
I'm kind of with him.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with him, Rob. I wish that our golden boot and all our stats and stuff were non-penalty goals. Because it makes a difference. And when I look at,
it does, but isn't that a skill like what Mo Salah can do?
Yeah, but it can be any player. There's many players that can do that, and he's really good at them. But is that right? Like to break all the records and win all on putting penalties away? I don't know. Of course, I value it, and of course, it's important. But quite honestly, if the numbers were based on non-penalty goals, and when I look at when we do in the studio and we do some analysis, or we've got games coming up with players that scored a lot of goals, I'm always looking at what they've got without penalties.
Open play,
because I think it's more valuable. I think Andy Cole's got a bit of a point there. I don't know whether people disagree. Let us know to the two Robbies on social media or whatever on
it was just
X or whatever.
He was quite strong on it and proud of what he's done without getting that number that he got without.
So he almost values it. So he almost sort of like tucks a little bit at the numbers and people take the penalties.
It's slightly inflated. Because if you're a free kick taker and a penalty taker, you've got a real extra advantage.
Head start.
Yeah. Maybe these two. Two golden boots: the open play golden boot and the goals golden boot.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Lowe, and as we head towards the end of an exciting Premier League season, make sure you like and subscribe on the NBC Sports YouTube channel for more content like this.